Hey y'all, what's up? Your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. All right, just coming to talk to you guys. Sorry, I gotta put some Vaseline on these lips. Hey y'all, I will keep a chapstick in the car, in my bag, by my bed, on my nightstand. I cannot stand chapped lips. Okay, be a lot of cause out here with dry, ashy lips trying to talk to somebody with the whites all dry and crispy in the corners over here. But yeah, you guys, your girl G here, just coming to talk and chit chat. Honestly, y'all, it's kind of been like a little bit dry, about things that's been going on. There are a few topics that I missed, getting a chance to talk about. So I just wanted to come in, chit chat with y'all while I got a little bit of time. Will this light maybe help a little bit? I think so. Yeah, there we go. I was like, dang, can't really see the top part. But yeah, you guys, there was like a few things, even though there's not like too much new stuff to talk about, there is like a few things I didn't really get a chance to discuss. So I just, come out here and talk to you guys really fast before I, go out here and make a little run. Okay. What's today? Sunday. Okay. Just gonna run and, I don't want to say chill, but, just hang out, relax a little bit later, drink a little bit with my friends. Okay. But yeah, you guys, like I said, let's go ahead and get into the topics. So first things first, this TikTok ban. Government, I know you're sitting here trying to tell us that it's for, the safety of, the people, and for the safety of, on the internet and everybody's information, and, just safety for the community, okay? The people of the US of A. But the people of the US of A is homeless. The people of the US of A is sick in their beds without health care. The people of the US of A got kids going to school with no teachers. And so all of a sudden, y'all can agree on TikTok? People have been trying to get y'all to agree on a single topic since the beginning of time. But now all of a sudden, TikTok is the one that both sides can agree on. If there's anything that we have noticed, if it's Democratic approved, Republicans gonna deny it. If it's Republican approved, Democrats gonna deny it. And it's like, at this point, this is where, as the people, we start to look at you with what I say, my good eye. We start to look at y'all with our good, my good eye. Okay. And, we start to feel like there's a little bit of, pissing on us and telling it's raining. Okay. I mean, not to they already did anyways, but this one is just a straight, just like play on the intelligence. And there's one thing that gets on my, literally one of my triggers is playing on my intelligence. Don't try to play on my head top. So, the fact that it's like, oh, we're trying to do this for the safety of, selling your information. They already sell our information. If you got a phone, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, damn Cricket, if you got a phone, your information is sold already. Okay. To the black market. Boom. Sold to the highest bidder. It's already out there. 35, 45, 65, 65, 75, 75, 75, 85. Okay, sold. Okay, to the man in the back with the toupee. That's really all it is, y'all. Y'all sit here and talk about oh, yeah, it's all about our safety and stuff. And then, if it's not that, I heard a whole bunch of reasons. The first thing, of course, they were, oh, we're trying to protect y'all safety. And then the second thing was they're trying to get China to sell, I guess, the app, quote unquote, to them because it is a Chinese produced app. And obviously, with it being a Chinese app, they can't control it, right? And, the government, they're all about control. And if they can't control it, they're going to figure out a way to try to take that down. Obviously, as we're seeing in this current moment. Why is it? That's where you really got to start digging. When people ain't been agreeing for a long time, and then all of a sudden, something comes along where they agree, that's where you really got to put your thinking cap on and just be like, what is it about this situation that got two people that hate each other agreeing, right? And so that's where you just kind of when you think about TikTok, and what is that thing, that commercial that came out? Oh, TikTok taught me. Like, TikTok is out here literally changing people's lives. One, because of the income. Two, because of the information that comes out. You know what, don't matter. I be learning on TikTok about the world, about, just statistics of, relationships, like women telling their stories about, being in effed up relationships with these, okay? Like, TikTok has truly and really, just expanded a lot of people's minds. And it's like a quick way for people to be, be in, community with each other and just simply have access to information, truthfully, honestly, that the government don't want y'all to have. The government wants stupid people. I mean, we are quite literally watching the public school system crumble. And I was watching a video on Instagram the other day, like, quite literally, there are schools with no teachers. Teachers are having to buy their own, like, school supplies for their classes. Somebody said, like, have you ever seen a pilot have to buy their own plane? And you're like, you know what? You damn sure right. Like, have you ever seen a doctor have to buy their own scalpel? Like, no. And so the fact that teachers are out here already broke, ain't getting paid enough, y'all sit here want to have this, oh, it's all about the kids when it comes to, terminating pregnancies, when y'all want to sit there and tell women what they can and can't do with their bodies, it's all of a sudden, oh, it's about the kids, that's a life, but y'all not taking care of the lives that are already here, okay? How about the foster care system? Huh? How about the child brides that are all, getting snatched up and handled over there at the FLDS, community, church religion, over there in Oklahoma and Idaho and Pennsylvania, okay? Y'all F the kids. The government is literally the epitome of them kids, okay? So the fact that y'all try to come to us and sell us this, shit with a bow on it, okay? Try to be like, oh yeah, it's for you guys, best. Before we got to TikTok, look at all this string of things that we're asking to get done for the betterment of us that's not happening. Shoot, goddamn school cappings, okay? Literally, how many school, mass were we dealing with all the time? Literally every week. And a lot of people don't know this. I was actually involved in a shooting, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, I think it was, or year before last, there was actually a shooting at the Dallas Love Field Airport. And when I tell you I missed it by the grace of God, something happened because our plane that I was supposed to go on had a malfunction. So we had to get off the plane and get on to another. When we arrived at the airport, we literally could not get off. They were like, no, you can't, get off. There's something happening. And obviously because we land, everybody's phones is off, airplane mode. So now you hear everybody ding, 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 ding. It's coming in like, oh, somebody's shooting, somebody going off. Now it turned out to be a woman. Yes, y'all gonna stop playing with these women. It turned out to be a woman coming to the job looking for her mans. She done had enough. But the fact that it happened, literally, y'all, when I tell you I saw the blood on the way out, like, I literally was going by. We were all in a line, everybody panicking, trying to go. Oh, I'm so thankful I was on my way out, because they literally made everybody go back to the beginning. Everybody had to go back all the way to the front and do all the stuff again. So I'm so glad, by the grace of God, I was on my way at home. But I literally was pushed by, like, the blood, and it happened where I would have been at. And so when you're literally that close to, like, you kind of think like, oh my God, like a life situation, you really just be thinking like, dang, our government really is just playing with us like a bunch of pawns, and it's not fair. So yeah, you guys, TikTok, y'all need to get it together. Y'all drop down in the comments what y'all think is going on with TikTok that got the government trying to take them down, okay? So moving on, another thing I want to talk about, y'all, real quick is Nene, y'all. Nene said Porsha, okay? Tried to get her bag, her coin taken. Y'all know Nene need the coin right now, okay? She was just on Zeus trying to host a reunion. So anything right now to get some, some chimmy change, okay? So yeah, she got on her I'm guessing YouTube channel, and because I saw the clip on Instagram, and she basically was like, I got hired for the gig for the Upshaws. I was super excited, I was told that Porsha was gonna be there, and it's like, okay, me and Porsha cool. I ain't seen her in a long time, And Nene was like, me and her, we'll go out on double dates. We went to Dubai together with my man, her man, my man. We had good trips, like I was excited to see her. And she's like, I got to set and no Porsha. They were like, oh, just do the run through, we'll see her later. And then the producers came to her like, oh, is there any other, housewives that you might have a problem with? And she's like, no, like, what's going on? And they're like, well, Porsha, she's no longer going to do this. And so she's like, what do you mean? And so, come to find out, y'all, Porsha got a problem with Nene, allegedly, it looked like. And so Nene's feeling some type of way because it's like, girl, if you had a problem, like, I thought we was in a good spot enough for you to, one, hit me up and let me know. Because, like, we all know they played the big sis, little sis card. And like Nene said, if girl, we was just in Dubai together, on some love, some love train stuff with both of our men's, then how all of a sudden, like, you can't let me know what's up. Now, Nene, I think, might have dropped a little gem, though, because when she was talking, she was like, it was almost like a Candy and Apollo situation with Phaedra, where she was like, I can't help it, if my guy, still talks to Simon, or, stuff like that. And so when she said that, it kind of made, it made a little bit more sense of like, is she mad that old dude is still effing with Simon? Now, I don't know if y'all heard, but Simon's already fool-la-la with somebody else on a yacht. Tragic, okay? Who, Porsha, I tell you, girl, you really up and did it now. And allegedly they're filming, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Don't nobody know who the cast is. All we know for sure is it's Porsha and Kenya. I actually really would like to see Drew back because I want to see that Ralph and Drew situation play out. I really think they shortchanged Shamari, y'all. I really kind of do. Tamar would be good on there, okay? Yeah, but nonetheless, Claudia, I know a lot of people don't see it for Claudia, but I actually like Claudia because she down with the get down. Claudia, she don't mind, setting in her place. But nonetheless, Porsha, okay, if she really did, like, tell production that there was a problem with her and Nene, like, that's effed up because now Nene's like, why would you go to, like, production and, like, try to already put that out there? Because, for one, Nene already got a stigma since trying to sue Bravo, okay? She called Bravo and Andy all types of, cocaine heads and racist motherfuckers and all types of, who shot Johns. And so, and then throw that on top of suing them, like, Nene is trying to just get any business she can. So, of course, I can see why she's feeling like, dang, like, girl, you gonna just stab me in the back like that? But, if Porsha's proving anything right, you can't trust that bitch. you can't trust that bitch. Like, girl walked in Fallon's house and walked out with her man, okay? So she could do that to somebody who she said was like, her friend, or somebody that she was cool and kicking it with. Like, Nene, anybody who's friends with Porsha, you might want to keep a good eye on that hoe, okay? She's not the type of friend that you could leave around your man, okay? But what you guys think? Y'all think Nene had a right to be mad at Porsha for going to the producers? Should she have hit Nene up, personally, privately, and, tried to confront the issue? Yeah. And what are you guys expecting for Porsha coming up on Real Housewives of Atlanta? I'm expecting the usual, just a whole bunch of dingbat, dumb activities, like just dumb and shaking tail, like, cause that's all she got is tail, and she gonna move it, okay? But yeah, I don't know. If this is what we're getting now, it's just giving Porsha, you are regressed, okay? And you're not using the platform and the clout you have in the right way. But sometimes that happens, girls get caught up in the flush of it all and the swing of it all and the rush of, having the celebrity and people. Sometimes people can gas you up so much that you really think that you are above reproach, i.e. Nene, never think that you can't fall back down. I think that's what a lot of these, celebrities need to start realizing. Never think that because you up, you can't go back down. And then not to mention on the way down, if you F everybody over on the way up, what you think gonna happen on the way down, okay? So yeah, you guys, drop down in the comments, tell me what you feel about Nene and the whole Porsha situation and what you guys expect from, Porsha on this upcoming season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, okay? So moving on. Who else did I want to get into? Y'all, let's talk about all the pregnant Bettys really fast. Okay, so Cash Doll, pregnant. Draya, pregnant. Joie Chavis, pregnant. What is in the water? Okay, waiting in the water. Okay, y'all know Draya had announced her pregnancy, but Joie announced her pregnancy and Cash Doll announced her pregnancy like a day after each other, like a few days ago. So everybody's kind of like, well, damn, like Cash Doll being pregnant with baby number 2. I hope, that works out for her. Now Joie Chavis, she is, she's kind of getting a Draya moment right now where all the niggas is looking at her and already casting judgment because first baby by Bow Wow, second baby by Future, now the third baby by this football player. And so everybody's like, she kind of got like a pattern. But y'all mad at Joie for... what y'all mad at her for? Like y'all are mad at her because if we're going by society standards, if we're going according to what, the men's of the say out here, she's picking high value men. That's what Bow Wow would be considered high value. Future... ain't nobody's value, but the men's look up to him. So Future would be considered high value because he got some sort of clout. And now we got an NFL player, and so y'all mad at her because she's dating high value according to y'all standards. I think it would be so crazy when men get mad at women for actually listening to what the men be saying. The men say, okay, go high value, get this type of man, don't be a hoe, hold out. But then the minute a woman don't sleep with you and you done went on the 5th or 6th date, you mad. You mad because you ain't getting none and it's only day 5. Like, y'all talk out of both sides of your neck. And I honestly, Joie being pregnant was not on my bingo card for this year. I don't know if this is a situation where it's just simply gonna be baby mama or, she's gonna get married, because a lot of people is trying to say like, she trying to get on her Sierra and Russell type shit, and it's just kind of like everybody's like, well, Sierra at least got married, Sierra got married. They kind of went in order, but honestly now women's is not really considered getting married because being married to you dudes out here ain't nothing but complications, okay? Because when a woman actually decides to leave a man, y'all are dangerous. Point blank purred, okay? Y'all are conniving, manipulative, and as we already know, can't accept rejection. So sometimes being married to these dudes out here is really like a life or death situation. It's detrimental. But yeah, so with Joie now kind of, coming out after this whole Draya situation, which let's go ahead and get into because they all intertwine. Draya, when she was pregnant by her little young tenderoni. Boy, the men's was coming out. Nick, what's that one? Nick Young that screwed over Iggy Azalea. No, Nick Young was with the baby with the high school sweetheart that he was screwing over. And no, matter of fact, and Iggy Azalea, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah, because he cheated on old girl with Iggy Azalea and then cheated back on Iggy with the baby moms again. yeah, for Draya, she came out and announced her pregnancy. The Menz was mad. Nick Young was on his little live talking shit with old dude. Oh, well, what was you doing back there? Oh, what was you doing back there? Oh, I remember seeing her, and I remember thinking to myself, oh yeah, this is what the NBA is about. And he's like, oh, she a mother now, dog. She a mother now. And then you got old dude from, is it Raising Kanan or BMF or whatever? One of 50 Cent's shows. And he's like trying to be funny with his, oh, you wifed her? Oh, you got a baby by her? Oh, you didn't know? Like, everybody, all the dudes already, like, got sucked off or smashed or whatever. And so, Draya had to comment, because so far, Draya wasn't commenting on nobody's shit. But I guess that was the straw that broke her camel's back. She was like, nigga, I don't even know you. Like, I don't even know you. And it's so crazy because men, as they get older, y'all still really don't have shit, have skull to talk about, but women, because that's how y'all, count y'all's masculinity. Y'all want to talk about the older women you had back in the day. That's how y'all resonate with other men. That's how y'all do a freaking, cock swinging contest, is by throwing the women out there and throwing out your roster, So it really just was just kind of like all the dudes came out and was mad. And I think it's like y'all mad because Draya, like, y'all gotta understand, Draya is an old hoe, okay? Draya old hoe, okay? She was a part of like the women's who was Brittany Renner before Brittany Renner was Brittany Renner, okay? So y'all mad at her for doing what y'all mad at her. Be mad at him. He's the one in control and in charge of the semen, the sperm that is due to impregnate. He could have, one, not had sex, two, put on a condom. It's just really amazing how these men, y'all want to talk about, oh, it's the women that's trapping these dudes. But no, nigga, you trapped yourself. You trapped yourself. And, a man like him that's 20-something, freshly new to the NBA, with money, he probably, had dreams about Draya, because Draya is like, she's a beautiful looking girl. She's been in, kind of that Hollywood scene for a minute. And one thing we have noticed, though, is it's like, oh, why does it seem like the men are always sharing women? It's also about knowing that you got another man's woman, right? It's kind of like that. The first thing that is going to be said is like, or you feel like, okay, if I have this woman, then that makes me no dude on the same level type situation. Men compete with each other using women, and keep a status about themselves using women. So it really is unfortunate. But the men that's talking and gossiping, y'all is whack, crazy whack. Like the fact that Mace and niggas like Cameron, like, what is y'all doing with y'all life? And they had the nerve to be talking about, oh, she a pass around, she ain't nothing but leftovers. Like, and y'all be out here with 4 or 5 baby moms talking about the women's as leftovers. What? Pass arounds? You literally, we can count how many babies you got on 2 hands. Yet she's the pass around? Men, I tell you, it baffles me. But yeah, so what else did I want to get into? But y'all drop down in the comments, what do you guys think about the men's coming after Draya? What London had to say? Are they mad that Draya hold correctly? I don't know. Like, what are y'all mad at her for? Like, be mad at him. Y'all need to start teaching these boys. Brittany Renner tried to tell y'all back when she was with Coach Prime, y'all are easy targets, because at the end of the day, niggas is desperate for pussy. For real, for real. Y'all out here swapping bodily fluids, throwing everybody's pH balance off, and doing nothing but transmitting diseases and carrying them on to the next woman. And that's real tea. Married, and quote unquote monogamous and all, okay, with your wife out here bringing her back all types of BV, chlamydia, and gingivitis of the cooch, and women are the ones who's the pass arounds and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, you guys, moving on, real quick to another man with audacity. I just want to get into Kevin Hunter's ass really quick. What the fuck are you thinking? Y'all, Kevin really had the audacity to sit there and ask for money. Now, is it money that he's technically owed? Maybe. But, because in whatever signature, contract, whatever stuff that, they said that, he was supposed to get from Wendy was all on a contingency of her job, of her working nonetheless. And because Wendy ain't working, Kevin, what do you think is supposed to happen? I don't know if you noticed, Kevin, but Wendy is not here. She is gone. All right, Wendy ain't Wendy. She's up to like she's slowly digressing, and not to mention the money she do have, she's not even in control of, Kevin. So much so that they put a tax lien on her. Right now, they talking about $500,000 on her condo. But Wendy can't do that because she's not in charge of the money. Wells Fargo done froze her shit up. And then the people who are technically the guardians of her money, what they doing with it? Like, those are the people that's the problem. And Kevin, you sitting there so worried about talking about, oh, it's been so hard for me these last 20-something months not having income. Get up off your big fat ass and go to work, okay? It's crazy how you had the audacity to do the shit that you did to Wendy and then still try to come back in the midst of her mental, incapacitation and beg and plead for money. You had a baby on this woman, but yet want to sit back and enjoy the lapse of luxury of her career. Now, yes, did you have an input in it? Absolutely. But Wendy is still a talent. Wendy is Wendy. And honestly, you was good. Just don't get that's what a lot of you dudes, it's like, just don't get the bitch pregnant. And don't have these hoes out here feeling, brave enough to call my phone. I.e. Coleslaw talking about put Martell on the phone. Like damn. Like Tammy said, these new hoes ain't the same. This girl you knew that you was on Saturday and you was getting, you was getting Golden Corral. All right, sorry. Like, these new girls, like, they blow up the spot. And well, a lot of times, honestly, too, these men, they be pillow talking like a motherfucker and be making these women feel like they got something on the woman. But nonetheless, Kevin, boy, you really got, it's audacity, the audacity of these men. So what else did I want to get into? I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to get into. Draya, TikTok, Nene, Kevin, Wendy, I feel like there was something else. Kevin, Wendy, Draya, Joie, oh, I know what it was. Last but not least, y'all, I think I'm gonna start doing like a little segment called like What the Internet, and it basically just kind of talk about like things that go viral like on the internet, like things like Risa Tisa, or what we're getting ready to talk about now, this girl who went viral for saying that she don't like hood people. And I feel like that way I can just do like kind of like short videos or short clips, and it'd be like, about the topic at hand. So yeah, y'all drop down in the comments if that's something y'all would like to get into, and then we can kind of like, debate in the comments about, the virality and just everything they were talking about on something that went viral. But nonetheless, you guys, hood niggas, where the hood niggas at? Okay, hood people. Now here's the thing. The girl said when she worked in that environment, I think really when you somebody, oh well, hood people, it's really the mentality. And especially, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to say it, especially if you're like a pretty girl or a light-skinned girl or, a conventionally attractive girl, or, you got money, or, being in the hood, quote unquote, and already having those things that like, kind of technically work in your favor in this society almost makes like that crab in a barrel mentality like expound, okay? And I'm speaking now almost kind of like from experience, because I grew up, from in my like when I was younger in this place called Spring Hill, where it quite literally was a handful of blacks, like a handful, like for real. Literally, me and my best friend Kayla, that was it. That was in our grade. And so when you go from like a white environment, a white school, to, you know, then going to a predominantly black, and not in the hood but hood adjacent, you know, you understand the type of mentality that goes along with being in that environment. You understand the energy, the vibrations that go along with being in that environment. And so it's like there were hood people who went to that school, and hood, you know, girls that always felt, you know, necessary to like come after me and do little petty bully shit. And, you know, it's not a thing of like, oh, you know, being around hood people, like you're denigrating, you know, specifically black people, but it is people who can't let the hood mentality go, you know, because it is, it's like survival of the fittest. It's a dog, you know, situation. And that's not just for black people. That's the thing. Like, you know, black people aren't the only people who live in the hood. You know, the Mexicans, they got their own little hood. The white people got their own little hood. You know, every race has their own version of, you know, bad apples in the bunch. And so if us black people start holding other black people accountable, it does kind of almost come off like as racism to people who are ignorant and people who are not emotionally equipped to have that type of conversation of how calling out black people and their bad behavior is separate from white people picking on black people and finding reasons to lock them up or do shit. You know, we have a lot of black men out here wreaking havoc in our community, doing damage. But the minute we say lock him up, lock his ass up, you going to jail. You going to jail. Okay, Tory Lanez. Now all of a sudden it's, oh, you know, it's the system. Y'all cheering for the white people. Oh, you turned on your own kind. And it's like, do you not see what this man just did? You know, like, it is a thing of just feeling like, okay, if you from the hood, we band together. Or if you like part of the black community, like we got to band together. Even if this nigga is a degenerate criminal, we still gonna band together so we don't give the white people satisfaction of seeing a black person go down. But I need this black person to go down because this hoe just stole from me and clocked me upside the head with a goddamn Pepsi bottle. So I need her ass to go, you know? And so it's just kind of like, when you are, like I said, in those environments, it just kind of is a situation of like understanding, just because we say hood, we don't mean black, okay? There are a lot of black people out here who do immediately, they're always looking for the next person to judge or looking for the next person to tear down. And that typically, you know, tends to lean towards people who, as society deems more acceptable, or, you know, more inclusionary too. So I don't know, y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all kind of agree with the girl saying, you know, the hood. But then, girl, bitch, you was arrested allegedly on battery charges. So when that came, everybody was like, girl, you talking about hood shit, you got a whole ass mugshot out here. Now that was one thing that was definitely a Uno reverse situation. But when I saw that, I said, oh, she was like, I did. She I'm gonna do nigga tree just one time. And she was like, nope, can't do it. Nigga tree's not for me. I tried it, went to jail. Nope, not on duty, not on duty. But yeah, y'all, she went for battery. I guess she was fighting her boyfriend. I think that's what the information was. So I wonder what that story is. But nonetheless, it still didn't negate what she was saying. Like, you know, when I was in that environment, it's like you can't be quiet because then you stuck up. You can't talk because then it's like, oh, you think you're better than somebody, or like, you know, you can't, if I'm not walking around here with lace fronts, then I'm, you know, broke. Like, low-key, the hood people are always looking for ways to, you know, oppress upon other people, be showy and show and telly, you know. It's all about projection and presenting a certain way. And when that reaches, you know, certain people and they're not getting the reaction back that they want, it kind of does turn people who grew up in the hood violent, because that is the only thing they're taught. Typically times in the hood, is immediately straight go to violence. Like, I knew a girl, when I tell you that bitch was ready to pop and fight somebody in school, you couldn't even, oh girl, did you hear what she said? And that bitch said what? And it was like, girl, she said what your project look nice. Like, she said your project, like, she liked your project, yo. She liked, the work that you did. Like, immediately they're ready to just TTG, train to go. And so it's like, that is an unhealthy way to mentally be, because that does cause damage to yourself and the community. We have a lot of black men in particular. Like, we got to start with the black men, because if y'all are going to be the men in our community, y'all are going to have to stop being motherfucking detrimental first. Okay? But that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, you guys, if y'all saw the hood TikTok, y'all drop down and let me know what you think, what's your perception. Do you agree, disagree? And yeah, you guys, that has been it. Let me go ahead and go inside, drink me a little bit of lemonade with this new Svedka I got. I fuck with the vodka, and Svedka, there's this new flavor, called pineapple mango. Bomb, okay? Bomb, okay? That's all I can say is bomb. I can drink that bitch straight. Cold, nice, chilled. And also the Pink Whitney. I was killing the Pink Whitney for a minute, which is why I switched over to Svedka when I saw this pineapple mango. And then I'm waiting for this Crown, because when I tell you, Crown is like the drink version of Jordan's. That shit go out so fast. They got this new blackberry flavor. Man, it is out everywhere down here in Texas. They talking about, it's possibly going to come out this week. I was like, damn, when I tell you it was out everywhere 2 weeks ago, I was looking, bitch. Out everywhere. The warehouses was out, everything. They told me, gotta be quicker than that. I said, damn, niggas, thirsty ass alcoholics. But yeah, you guys, appreciate you for tuning in. Y'all drop down in the comments if you get the chat, and I will see you next time. Deuces.